Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jacqueline, and in this video I'm going to be answering two questions that I've been getting asked a lot recently. The first one is, am I still on a weight loss journey? Especially because I shared with you guys that I'm not weighing myself anymore. And the second question is, am I still on WW, Weight Watchers? So I'm going to be answering those questions today. There's a lot to talk about, so let's just get right into it. Okay, so the first part of that is, am I still on a weight loss journey? Yes. Just because I decided to stop weighing myself on the scale doesn't mean I've given up on that goal. And I think that's a really hard thing for myself to kind of deal with and understand and learn, because for so long, a lot of my weight loss journey was based on the numbers on the scale. So it's a hard concept for me, for myself especially, and I know you guys too, to understand or kind of think about how can you be losing weight when you're not tracking your progress on the scale. And I think that took me a bit to kind of get, used to it and to not struggle with not doing it. And that'll be a whole nother video. I'll go into that. But I think what I'm learning is I can work on my goals, I can work on myself, and I can be on a weight loss journey without using the scale, especially if it's going to cause me all the harm and all the stress and all the kind of disordered thoughts and behaviors that were happening. What I had to do was step back and realize it's not giving up the goal of weight loss. It's just giving up one part of the way we usually track weight loss, which is the scale. So yes, I'm still on a weight loss journey, but I am not tracking. And if you missed that video of why I completely stopped using the scale or tracking, I'll leave it down below if you want to kind of watch or learn more of what was going on that led me to that decision. So the second part of the question is, am I still on WW, Weight Watchers? Yes, I am still on WW. I am still tracking my food. And honestly, I am still loving the program. Now, you're probably thinking, wait a minute, Jacqueline, how are you on WW and tracking your food and using a point system and not plugging in your weight? Isn't that a big part of the program? And yes, you're right. But I kind of had to make tweaks and changes to the program to work for me. And I think that's something that is so important, is no matter what plan or program or diet that you choose to go on, that you still make sure it's working for you. So I had to sit down and say, okay, I'm not weighing myself. So how is this app and how is WW still gonna work? So you can do weekly weigh-ins on WW or daily weigh-ins, whatever you wanna do, and you plug in your weight and then it determines points based on how much you're losing, how much you lost, and can kind of drop based on that. So I really had to think about, okay, what's best for me overall is not weighing myself. But like I said, I'm not getting rid of that goal of weight loss. So how am I going to make this work, or is WW still going to work? And I sat down, I journaled, I talked to my therapist about this, and I came to that conclusion of I still want to do WW because it's really helping me feel in control of food. It's really helping me enjoy foods, enjoy everything I want. Essentially, there's nothing off limits. There's no good or bad foods. And I'm really starting to get to a place of understanding that mind-body connection, hunger cues, and all of those amazing things and progress that I'm working on in my eating disorder recovery while still losing weight. So I knew I didn't want to just give up on WW and all of that progress I'm making just because I'm not weighing myself. What I did is I went on the app, and there's counselors or coaches that you can talk to 24/7 on the app. So I started chatting with someone, started sharing my concerns, what was going on, and I am on the blue plan. And so I asked her, I said, just out of curiosity, what is the lowest amount of points that you would get lowered to on the blue plan? Quick disclaimer right here, I am going to start talking about numbers, my points on WW. So if this might be triggering, maybe you want to skip this part. Or another quick disclaimer is, just because I'm sharing my points or my numbers or what this counselor or coach told me, it doesn't mean that you need to start doing this, following my points, tracking the way I'm doing it. I'm just sharing with you what I'm doing. So I just wanted to kind of get that out of the way. She told me that the lowest amount of points on the blue plan that you can get lowered to is 23 points. Once I had that information, I could kind of really understand what was happening. And I knew about how much I wanted to lose. I knew about how often they were dropping my points based on how much I was losing. And I really just did a deep dive into how the whole program worked as a whole. Because honestly, when I first joined, I didn't really know much information about points, how they tracked food, how they dropped the points, and any of that. And so I really sat down and educated myself on the program and what it was and what was going on. From there, I was able to say, okay, well, what's going to work best for me? Like I said, I still want to lose weight, but I'm also wanting to recover from my eating disorder and heal that relationship I have with food and with myself. And so both of those being big, important things in my life, I really tried to say, okay, what do I need to do? And so where I came to the decision of is, and again, this is my numbers, my points. Please do not copy or think this is what you have to do. But when I started WW, I started on 29 points. And so what I did, I made this decision for myself, and as I go, it could change. But as of now, I started back on 29 points, and I was there for around 3 weeks, and then I kind of dropped to 28 points and so forth. So I'm kind of doing about 3 to 4 weeks and then kind of lowering it myself. Again, I'm just doing it on my own. I don't know how much I lost when I'm dropping or anything like that. Another key thing to point out is, for me, I'm on, technically right now when I stopped weighing myself, I'm on 25 points. So what I'm really doing, and I'm hoping this is making sense because it makes sense in my head and it's working for me, is daily I'm trying to get between 25 and 29 points. There's like a range. If I need more, and that's what I love about WW, is they have a weekly point system. And I think it's like 45 weekly points I get. I can use them all in one day, a little extras every day if I want, or none during the week. And so usually what I'm doing is I'm staying between 25, 29 points, or wherever I set my own points at, and then listening to my body. If I need more points, I'm going to eat a little bit more. If I'm not hungry and I feel satisfied and it's time to go to bed and I still have points left, I'm going to go to bed. And just having kind of that range has really helped me. And I feel my body changing. I feel my hunger cues and my body and, sending me those hunger signals, telling me when it's full, when it's satisfied, and hearing that again, which is a really powerful thing to me because I completely ignored, my hunger cues and all of that for so long. So being able to be like, you know what, I really am hungry. Let me go eat something. Or, you know what, I still maybe have points left or food I could eat, but I'm really full and I'm really satisfied and I don't want any more food. And that's, I think, where I'm seeing the most growth and progress. So I hope that kind of makes sense. I'm lowering it as I go, and that's still the overall goal. So right now I'm at 27 points, and I kind of try to stick to that. But like I said, my range right now is like 25 to 29 from where I'm trying to be. And then, of course, listening to my body and what it needs. Is this the most accurate? Absolutely not. Is this going to probably get me to take a little bit longer to reach my goals? Maybe. I have no idea. But that's the power that I've seen, and the beauty of it is I'm going based on how I feel, and I feel in control again with food. I feel in control of my body. I'm enjoying food, enjoying my workouts, and I know I'm losing weight and reaching that goal too. And that's what matters. And focusing on that instead of focusing on a number on the scale telling me how I should feel. Instead of having a great week and sticking to my points and doing all my exercise, and for whatever reason the scale decided to go up, and then wanting to punish myself or deprive myself or restrict myself because of that, and not focusing on all the growth and amazing things that's happening, that's where it's not working. So even though it might take a little longer, I have no idea, it could be the same thing. I think that's something that's actually working for me, where I see clothes fitting differently. I feel differently. I feel fluid moving out of my body. And that is what I'm focusing on as well, because I know the weight loss is happening. So I hope that kind of answers your question. I know it's still a little bit confusing, but I think that's why it kind of goes down to doing what's best for you And for me right now, it's still tracking my food, still counting my points, still going on WW while recovering, but not being so strict and rigid with it. And then kind of having a range of points instead of like a strict set. This is the number I have to get to. So yeah, I'm still loving the program. I'm still feeling good. I'm still doing the best I can every single day. And the most important thing is I'm feeling good. So remember, when it comes to weight loss, when it comes to diets, plans, whatever you're doing, remember to make this a lifestyle change. Remember to do things and make the choices and the decisions that you can sustain for the long term. And I think I say that a lot because it's so important, but I haven't done a good job personally actually following through and listening to my own advice and doing it. Because the big thing with my binge eating disorder is because I restrict so much, and then that's when it kind of triggers then that binge, when I allow myself to eat. And it was so focused on I have to lose weight and doing everything I can, even on WW when I started, to be perfect, to hit my points perfectly, to never go over, to never use my weekly points, because it was so like weight loss focused. I think that's where it was kind of setting me up for, we can't do this long term because there's no flexibility. And so I just wanted to really reiterate that to you as well, and to myself, is making sure no matter what you're doing, plan, program, diet, whatever you're trying to do, is that it works best for you, and that it's not just about how I can lose weight as quickly as possible. It might be, for me, like I might be on WW a little bit longer to reach my goals, but I'm going to be able to sustain this. I'm changing my relationship with food, and I'm changing the way I view food, the way I view myself, and working on my relationship with all of those things at the same time, which is so much more important because it's going to last me forever and the rest of my life. So I hope this video kind of answered the questions. Yes, I'm still on a weight loss journey. Yes, I'm still losing weight. Yes, I'm still on WW. And no, I'm not weighing myself. And I'm making it work for me. So even if it's not typically what people do, I'm making it work for me, because ain't nothing typical about me, okay? Oh, with that, it's probably time for me to go. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please make sure you give this video a like. Make sure you leave a comment down below and let me know if you have questions, what you're doing, what you're struggling with. I'd love to be here and be your support as well. If you're not already, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you here, a part of my family with me, and hit the bell so you don't miss any of my videos. So thank you so much for watching. I'm sending you lots of love, and I will talk to you real soon.